Hello, my name is Shawn and I create sacred space for self-inquiry and personal discovery. Now, as we venture into our practice, meditation practice to come home to ourselves, I want to share with you, some great use case scenarios for this meditation. Now, this is a great practice if you want to utilize it as you wake up in the morning and check in with how you're feeling in the moment. Or maybe you utilize this practice as an opportunity to transition from another point, from point A to point B, maybe midway through the day, or it could be integrated maybe into your rest ritual as you transition into sleep. Now, what we'll do in this practice is just take time to connect to our mind, our body, and our breath, and really just check in and see how we're doing in the moment. All right. Now, before we move into the practice, I want to share with you sort of 3 ways in which we can approach the body in our physical practice. Now, the first one is a traditional meditative seat. As you see, I'm sitting in this moment, what we call typically Sukhasana or easy pose, where we have our legs crossed. Now, I always like to mention this, that Sukhasana isn't easy for everybody, right? So maybe in this moment, if sitting with your legs crossed just isn't in your practice and isn't in your body, just know that that's okay, right? That we have other options. Our second option is meditating in a chair. Now, meditating in a chair is a great way to approach your practice. Maybe you're meditating in an office. Maybe it's just not in your body to come down to the floor at this moment. It's okay. Your meditation practice is just as effective. So allow yourself to sit in a chair if that feels good. Now, if you do sit in a chair, just take a moment to maybe scoot to the edge of the chair and allow the soles of your feet to plant firmly on the ground to help with that stable foundation that we create in our meditative posture. Now, the third option I'll share with you is resting in your practice. You don't have to, always approach your meditation practice from this upright seated position. If you're tired and you just want to experience your practice resting on your back, feel free to do so. You can approach it as if you were moving into a Shavasana practice. And sometimes that really gives us an opportunity to be much more gentle with ourselves as we approach our meditation. So, with those 3 options in front of you, take a moment to take whatever posture feels good. Whether you're taking a traditional meditative seat or moving in a Sukhasana, whether you're seated in a chair or whether you're going to rest in a restorative shape or pose. Now, as you transition into that, take a moment to gently blink the eyes closed if that's accessible, or you can just soften the gaze. Now we slowly move into our practice, taking a moment to connect to our physical body, just noticing any sensations that may be present. Creating space to feel into the supportive props that are holding you in the practice, maybe your meditation cushion, the chair, the floor. And just take a moment and breathe into that connection. And the more and more you breathe into that connection, you just notice the body surrender a little bit more. The body softens and becomes a little bit more receptive to the flow of the meditation practice. And just know if you're seated upright, with that grounding energy moving downward, we take a moment and we notice that contrasting energy, the torso lifting upwards, lengthening in the spine, the crown of the head reaching to the sky. And then balancing that with a bit of softness, softening in the shoulders, softening in the jaw, the cheeks, the temples, taking a moment to soften gently just in all the intricate parts of the body. Balancing strength and stability with a little bit of gentleness and easefulness. and just allowing yourself to be fully present in what's happening in the physical body in this moment, fully present. And just know that if your awareness brings to the surface any areas of tension, allow yourself to move, to shift, to adjust in a way that honors that. And from here, connect to the breath, just noticing the inhale and the exhale. Observing what's happening here. Maybe the breath is tight or it's loose. There's a flow to the inhale and the exhale. Maybe there's a little bit of tension in the breath. Just observe. And remember, this is a point in which we can exercise compassion for ourselves. So whatever you're observing in the practice, just let it flow without any judgment. And from here, just take a moment, inhale gently through the nose, pause right at the top of that inhale, audibly exhale out. Inhale gently through the nose, pause at the top, audibly exhale out. And then just gently seal the lips. Allow the breath to flow naturally through the nostrils, in on the inhale, out on the exhale. And then from here, just know that we're going to work with the technique called samavriti, or even or equal flow. So you're going to essentially inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. There will be no holding of the breath, or what we call retentions, at any point in the practice. You'll gently just inhale, and at the top of that count of 4, immediately exhale out through the nose. All right? So we'll do this together for just a few cycles, and then I'll create space for you to move through this at your own pace. Take a moment, exhale everything out. And then inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Immediately exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Allow yourself to continue to flow through that cycle, inhaling to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 4. And just know, maybe if you're visual like me, it may be helpful to add in some sort of visualization. And so as you inhale, maybe you envision yourself tracing one half of a circle with the flow of the breath. And as you immediately exhale out, you trace the second half of that circle. And you continue to flow around the breath. Each half of the breath, the inhale is one half, the exhale is the second half of that circle. And as smooth as you breathe is as smooth as that circle is traced. So just take a moment, maybe a few deep breaths, and allow yourself to flow through samavriti at your own pace, even or equal flow, a balanced, effortless breath. And wherever you are, just take a moment to gently deepen the breath. And we'll invite in a cleansing breath as we start to close out this practice. Just taking a moment to inhale through the nose, pausing for a sec, and audibly exhaling everything out. After that cleansing breath, just pause for a second, just noticing a bit of peace and clarity that we've cultivated for our experience before we close out. The spaciousness that we create when we connect to the body, the breath, the mind. From here, take a moment to bring the hands together right at heart center, pressing the palms together ever so gently, allowing the chest to rise to meet the back of the thumbs. And just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up for this practice. And just know that you can return back to this moment of peace, this moment of clarity at any point. That being said, I want to say thank you for allowing me to hold space for you. It's the wisdom and compassion in me. It honors, it acknowledges, it loves the wisdom and compassion in everyone that my voice has the privilege to reach. May you move into the rest of your day with a greater sense of peace, clarity, and freedom. Thank you, my friends.